Hi, 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 hi. This is Janet Kellum, and I am here with your weekly horse wisdom love reading. And this one is for you if you are a Capricorn. Whether it's your sun or your moon or your Venus in Capricorn, this is your love reading for this week. And I am using the Way of the Horses deck. And so it's kind of like a tarot deck, except that it uses horse wisdom instead of kind of the traditional tarot archetypes. So there's some similarities and some differences. I'm just going to go ahead and dive in and give you a taste of what the horses have to say. And when I say the horses, I mean like the horses with a capital H, not the horses like the horses that are out in the pasture, although they often have that kind of divine guidance thing going on too. Most of the time they do. You just can't always hear it in the same kind of way that we can if we hear it sort of like divinely inspired. So I'm going to draw a card for you, and it's going to give you just a sense of, as a Capricorn, what do you need to know over the course of this next week about your love life from the horses. So let's see what they have to say. Okay. It's number 32, which is out of body. And out of body is, it's such a fascinating card to me, Capricorns, because it's, for one thing, it's come up a bunch lately. I won't count how many times, but it's come up a bunch, particularly in readings for Capricorns, which is totally fascinating. And I don't know if you can see the horses in this card, but I'm going to kind of hold it up there a little bit closer so that you're able to really check that out. The idea behind this card is that it's so important for us to be in our bodies, to listen to our body's wisdom. And very often what happens, especially if we are in a difficult place in our love life, and maybe our relationship is kind of a little rocky right now, or maybe we're having trouble finding the one, or maybe something is going on. Maybe we're just not even wanting to deal with dating at all anymore. We can very often get super into our heads, like just really overanalyzing and trying to think our way through it, and worrying and stressing and fretting and planning and trying to, especially Capricorns, have a tendency to want to get into this kind of like get a strategy, think it through kind of mode. And what this wisdom from the horses is saying for you is get into your body, really listen to your own internal guidance. And sometimes that internal guidance comes through in a particular physical sensation. And so if you really listen to what that physical sensation is telling you, even asking something like, okay, what's the message here? Why is my knee hurting all of a sudden? I did this the other day. I noticed that I was having, my phone is like blowing up, and I totally thought that I turned it off. I'm so sorry, y'all. Hold on. So I noticed that my knee was feeling a little kind of just not awesome, not terrible. I mean, I was like not limping, but it wasn't feeling great. And so I took a moment to just kind of tune into what my body was wanting to tell me. What was that wisdom there? And so what my knee said, the message that I got from that pain in my knee was that I was being, the not so gentle way of saying is I was being stubborn. I was being stubborn about the way that I was experiencing the moving forward in my life. And so I needed to be aware of that, to be conscious of that. And then I could ask, okay, so where am I being stubborn? What's the specifics? And I can kind of go from there. But y'all, I'm telling you, as soon as I went to that place and got that message, that sensation went away. And I'm not saying that that's how that always works, but it can work that way a lot more often, especially if we are in a kind of constant dialogue with our bodies. So Capricorns, this is your invitation to be in your body, to listen to what your body has to say, to feel that centered groundedness, and to show that respect and acknowledgement for this like kind of miraculous vessels that we get to be in. So, so that is for you for this week, for your horse wisdom. And I hope that that has been helpful for you. I will see you next week for your horse wisdom love reading, dearest Capricorns, and big, big love to you. Bye.